Okay, Cardiff on Saturday, early afternoon. It's another blimmin' early afternoon, which has been moved by Sky. We're going to be there as well as 3 or 4 of us heading down to Cardiff as well. We're staying overnight, so keep an eye out for live stream. Bit of a one in the hotel where we're doing a FIFA tournament, so keep an eye out for that. We're going to be talking today. We are starting them a little bit early because we are travelling down to Cardiff. We're driving down on Friday. So we're going to be talking about the fixture from a Newcastle perspective coming up against Cardiff. Tomorrow we'll talk more about Cardiff in general. I think we've got Peter coming on. I think it's tomorrow night that he's coming on a Skype call, so keep an eye out for that. So looking dead quickly coming off the weekend, I think it's optimistic that we're going to go into this game, and I don't want to say it's a must-win game against Neil Warnock's side. I know they got beat, and it did look comprehensively. I mean, shoot me if I'm wrong, but they got quite easily beaten on the weekend, and I think Newcastle, not be many times that we'll go into game the favourites, and I do expect Newcastle to come away from 3 points. I'd be pretty disappointed going all the way to Cardiff and coming away from nothing. Not because we're travelling all that way and we're being disrespectful. Newcastle are meant to pick up 3 points here, but football isn't done on paper. You've got to go across that white line and do it. Now we know there's a couple of things that come up here, is that the two Murphy brothers will be up against each other for the first time in the Premier League, and I think the first time ever that they'll actually come up against each other head to head. So it'll be interesting, of course, the build up on Sky, the build up in the local press will be because of Jacob and Josh Murphy. Talk about DeAndre Yedlin. We're still waiting on news for DeAndre Yedlin. We thought we would have had it by now, Tuesday night, Still nothing back. Hopefully it's not too serious. There is a couple of rumours saying after a few months. We do not want that to happen. And I know I've picked on Yedlin in the past, and other fans have, because of his defensive capabilities. But let's be honest, he is the best right back at the club. And if Javier Manquillo comes in, I am a bit concerned defensively, go with him. But Jamie Sterry, does he deserve his chance as well? You can only throw him in the deep end and see how he gets on, I guess. So that's a little bit of concern for me. A couple of things. Will Rondon start? Will he drop Hoslu? For me, Hoslu had a great game. It's not often we'll say that, but you've got to give credit where credit is due. I think he deserves to start. Whether he's the better player, no. I think Rondon came on. Yes, he could say that Vertonghen's deflected his shot onto the bar, and he gave us a little bit something different, a bit of muscle up top, a bit of movement. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Rondon starts. But then again, if Hoslu starts because he performed well and he deserves his chance, won't be too surprised if he starts. Mutu come off the bench, a couple of great touches, another week in training as well. I would like to see him given a start, but I think he will go for Ayoze Perez because of his work rate off the ball. But it's a good substitute to come off the bench. Kennedy will play. He was absolutely sensational against Spurs. Richie will probably play, and you'll expect Shelvey and Diame. The defence, I'm expecting Kieran Clark to play alongside Lascelles, despite Fabian Schär having another week in training. I don't see too many changes, possibly at right back because of Yedlin, and maybe up top. I can't see them being more than 2 changes. I'm not expecting Rafa to change the formation. I think it'll be 4-2-3-1, or some people might look at it as 4-4-1-1, whatever type of fan you are, you look at it. I think we will have a lot more of the ball. I think the onus will be on us. I think Cardiff will probably play slightly on the counter against us. I think we will as well, but I am expecting us to have a lot more of the ball. I think Cardiff need to shut down John Joe Shelvey. You probably need to get 2 men on Kennedy. You probably need to get tight and possibly foul him, consistent foul him, probably take one for the team. But that's probably the 2 players that Cardiff need to shut down as well. But I think we should win it. I am expecting Newcastle to win it. I don't want to give a score prediction just yet. I want to do it later on the week. Tomorrow we'll look at Cardiff a little bit more in depth, how they're lined up on the weekend, how they're going to line up as well. But overall, I do expect Newcastle to win it. Just touching on a couple of things you might have seen, the under-23s draw 1-1. Highlights are on the club's website as well. And there's also a video on my personal second channel, Newcastle Fans TV spin-off, where I ask the likes of Expressions, We Are Tottenham TV and Rubenstein, should an English player feature in that start 11? Have a look at that as well. And if you're new at that channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to build that up to 1,000 as well. So that's it. That's the build-up. They'll start as more as the week goes on with the build-up to Cardiff. But let us know what you think. Should we be winning this game, and who starts at right back if Yedlin is out? Do you change the formation? Do you go wing back, or you bring in Stereo, bring the Manquillo? And should you play Hoslu up top because he had a great game, or would you play Rondon? Let me know in the comments down there below. Have a good night. Watch what it's a day. Bye bye.